happens is we're now in a society that the truth is offensive. If they're not paying you, baby, that's called slavery.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a
We're now in a society that the truth is offensive. If they not paying you, baby, that's called slavery. I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble. So I can make a statement if you think that everyone has made peace with their enemies before. The start of a new year, you probably know nothing about Monique in her usual manner. She's not letting injustice prevail, and apparently her beef with Oprah Winfrey for allegedly blackballing her that hap. Penned almost 15 years ago. It's a new twist since Monique never received any apology from the media mogul. She decided to shed light on other industry figures who sided with her, including Whoopi Goldberg and Steve Harvey. And guys, get ready to see the side of these syllables that you never knew. Too damn old to be digging and shading. I'm just saying the truth when I said why Goldberg was the help. Let me tell you what I meant by that recently Turg P. Henson's revelation about almost walking away from an Oprah-produced project echoed Monique's past claims. Back in 2009, Monique refused to go on an unpaid press tour for the film Precious, produced by Oprah and Tyler Perry, choosing instead to prioritize her family after the intense effort she put into the movie. However, this decision led to negative portrayals of her as difficult and subsequently affected her career opportunities. When I feel like you're scamming us, and I feel like you're not being honest and truthful, Monique spoke out against Oprah and Tyler Perry, alleging they contributed to her blacklisting within the industry. Her claims about being labeled as difficult after declining unpaid promotional work reflected a broader issue in Hollywood. Monique tried hard to resolve the issue between them amicably, but Oprah remained deaf to her attempt. I reached out to everybody I could to try to get to Oprah. No, nothing. It just went silent despite winning an Oscar for her exceptional performance in Precious. Monique saw roles disappear and doors close in the industry, seemingly due to her refusal to comply with unreasonable demands. This recent situation involving Turg P. Henson's similar experience of unfair payment by Oprah brings Monique's past assert to the forefront, suggesting she might have been right all along. It highlights the imbalance of power and influence wielded in the industry, where influential figures like Oprah could have used their clout to support actors negotiating fair compensation, but seemingly failed to do so. I know Abe. Raw Winfrey, when the curtains are closed. I know when the cameras aren't running. Monique's bravery and speaking up against such injustices remains commendable, especially considering the lack of public support from peers. At that time, the actress, in her discussion with The Hollywood Reporter in 2015, revealed unsettling conversation with Lee Daniels, where openly he acknowledged her blackballing by Oprah and the industry. When she pressed Daniels for an explanation, he gave her the most unexpected answer. In her own words, he said, "Because you didn't play the game." And I said, "Well, what game is that?" And he gave me no response. However, with more similar revelations coming from other Black actresses, it seemed to convey a message Black entertainers were expected to revere Oprah Winfrey without expressing any criticism or face repercussions. Despite this pressure to comply, Monique refused to be silent. She further exposed Whoopi Goldberg and Steve Harvey during her appearance on The View, suggesting these two were aligned with Oprah's interests, and that's why they didn't side with her in the time of need. It looks like both Whoopi and Steve are on Oprah's short leash, and they will betray anyone if the media mogul demands them to. Baby, he be saying it like I'm a problem. Oh, you have been a problem. During her appearance on The View, Monique explained how she had fulfilled all contractual obligations for the movie Precious before being asked by Oprah, Tyler Perry, and others to promote the film nationally without compensation. Whoopi Goldberg insisted that the overseas tour was part of her job, and she should have adhered to it contractually. When you make a movie, regardless of who you sign the deal with, your job is to go and promote said movie. Monique defended herself by emphasizing that she had fulfilled her contractual duties and had not been sued for breach of contract, implying that she had indeed fulfilled her obligations. However, Whoopi Goldberg went a step further, suggesting she could have advised Monique on how to fulfill her duties better. We've had this conversation, and I said, if you had called me, I could have schooled you on what was expected. The use of the term schooled by Goldberg didn't sit well with Monique, leading her to refer to Whoopi as the help during an interview. With Vulture, Monique highlighted that her experience on The View mirrored what she had come to talk about the expectation of compliance, with a certain narrative Monique's assertion about Whoopi Goldberg. Arguing the help of the industry's bigwigs demonstrated the painful and disturbing narrative that reigns in Hollywood, and how a lot of free work is expected from Black actresses, as she admitted Oprah's ill influence got into the heads of many celebs. And that's why instead of supporting their sister, they sided with those who have big wallet take us out of Hollywood. They had to close some doors around here. It is not the same without us. Apparently, Monique got full experience of what it's like to go against the evil power in Tinseltown, and her words are being heard and understood only now despite 15 decades of her battle. At least people's hearts are with the blackball actress, as one person commented. Monique is a strong and courageous woman. She will be fine. At least she doesn't have to kiss anyone's feet. And another user added, so sad that modern C is still alive and amongst their own peeps. Shame on all of them. Once again, the media and Monique's peers criticized her and attempted to pressure her into apologizing to Roy. However, Monique remained steadfast in her stance. She clarified that her reference to Whoopi as the help stemmed from whose own attempt to shame her on national television for merely requesting fair compensation for her work, when I have a woman that says to me on national TV, I could have schooled you well. You wanted to school me on how I was supposed to work for free. Monique highlighted her disagreement with WAP's approach, rejecting the notion that she should accept an education that normalized working without pay. As she said in her statement, understand I love my sister. However, when you know you're being fed the wrong food, you must say I can't chew this. Oh, apart from Whoopi's attempt to gaslight Monique, there's another industry titan, none the other, the king of controversy, Steve Harvey. Apparently, he's another close associate of Oprah, who initially privately agreed with Monique's perspective, but publicly criticized her for burning bridges on his famous show Wrong. And when I heard you going in the air, and you said my sister and burnt too many bridges. Steve, do you know how hurt I was? Monique joined the list of individuals Steve allegedly betrayed, calling him out publicly for his contradictory behavior when Steve invited Monique onto a show to address the issue. He tried to assert his position and school her similarly to Whoopi. However, Monique didn't let Steve twist the narrative and confronted him about being two-faced. He openly expressed how hurt she was by Steve's public comments without any prior communication. In her conversation with the iconic TV host, the actress highlighted the impact of her refusal to powerful figure in the industry, including Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, and Lionsgate, leading to her being labeled as difficult. You've been blackballed. She've been blackballed. No one was courageous enough to say what did she do in her remarks. Monique also seemingly hinted at Steve being a sellout or acting as an ally to Oprah, referred to as Oprah's lapdog. She claimed, "No, I said no to some very powerful people. The difficulty came in when people that looked like me, like Oprah, Tyler, Lee Daniels, and I got to put my brother Steve on the list, all knew that I was not wrong." This insinuation suggested that Steve was aligning himself closely with Oprah and potentially compromising his integrity or loyalty to colleagues in the industry. As the actress tried to explain, her family also suffered due to the situation, and the lack of public support from those close to her only indicated the ugly state of town and Oprah's tight grip on her puppets. None of y'all in real time was strong enough to go publicly and say, we can't throw our sister under the bus. It looks like the industry tried to break Monique and turn her into another compliant puppet who's ready to work for free just because the bigwigs with Oprah as their mastermind told her so. The recent revelation from Tara G.P. Henson, India, indicating a similar experience of almost walking away from an Oprah-produced project due to pay disparity, has stirred discussions, with many now asserting that Monique deserves a substantial apology. And she's been telling truth. All this time bothers me because I'll know when the cameras aren't running. See, I know these people when the cameras aren't running. Whoopi and Steve have found themselves with limited support from the public on this matter. Some even claim that both Whoopi and Steve betray their own families for a big pile of cash. In her video statement, she openly labeled Steve as a traitor of his people, saying, I didn't sell out or trade my people just because I can be rich in Hollywood. With a yacht out here, Monique's experience being shut down by industry's powerful figures like Steven, Whoopi has led to discussions regarding the differential treatment of actors addressing similar issues. However, in the world of glitz and glamour, money seems to be a stronger argument than truth. But at the same time, it's admirable that Monique doesn't give up. Listen, Oprah Tyler Lee. They have expiration dates just like me regarding an apology from Oprah. It's a subjective matter. Many supporters of Monique believe she deserves an apology based on the recent revelations and the implications of her past experiences. As one person commented, I always supported Monique. It sucks not having support I love. That the tables have turned. And another user added, always knew that Oprah would be fully exposed eventually. Well, it's a dark narrative when someone's misconduct is being covered by other influential celebs. Hopefully Monique and Tara G.P. Henson will be able to break this system. But folks, what do you think about all these does? Oprah has any ill influence on Whoopi and Steve, and should they all apologize to Monique? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to check my other videos.